Before I start my talk, I wanted to give special thanks to two people. My sister-in-law, Barbara Lawrence. Sister-in-law technically, but in fact, the sister I never had. She's been absolutely outstanding in the assistance she's given us. She knows exactly where to be, when to be there, and just what to do when she gets there. I don't know how we could have gotten through Barbara's illness without Barbara Lawrence's help. Cantor also mentioned Linda Hahn, Barbara's best friend for about 200 years. And when Linda, a number of years ago, retired and moved to Hilton Head, but they continued to remain very best friends. And when Linda realized the magnitude of Barbara's illness, they called every single day. Talked every day, sometimes twice and 3 times a day, for as long as an hour and a half. I have no idea what they talked about. I hope it wasn't me. And the phone would ring. We have voice identification. It would say, "Call from Han Frederick." The VA is Kaz. That's Linda's maiden name is Kozlowski. So I call her Kaz. Nobody else does, but I call her Kaz. And again, those calls brought tremendous comfort to Barbara, and I want to thank Linda for being the best friend anyone could have. The beautiful lady I always call BA, or Barbara Ann, and I had just spent the day helping our older daughter Becky move into her sorority house at Cornell University. By the time we started home, it was nightfall, and through the large front window of the house, we paused to watch bright, promising young ladies from all over the world renew acquaintances over dinner. As we drove away, I sensed a surge of emotion from the passenger seat. I glanced over, and sure enough, BA was wiping tears from her eyes. All of you men who have wives know that's either real good or real bad. Was the sorority house too dirty? The room was too small. Was she overly fatigued from hauling heavy boxes up the stairs? BA, I asked. The response was not, in fact, one of concern, but rather a sweet and revealing expression of pride. "I wish my mother were here to see this," she said through her tears. BA's successes, and there were so many, were above all the fulfillment of her mother's dreams and a determined but unspoken example to our 2 daughters, Becky and Jess. BA's parents were divorced when she was young, leaving Ida Bogner Lawrence during the era of Ozzie and Harriet's public morality to work 2 and 3 jobs to raise BA and her brother Dick, and to just barely make ends meet. Summer vacation was a day at Crystal Beach. There were no frills and no money for college. But self-pity was never part of the equation. BA, the head majorette and a national officer of junior achievement, recalled her days at Kensington High School as the happiest and most carefree of her life. And what Ida lacked in material terms, she more than made up for with sacrifice, determination, and encouragement. Appreciate what you have and always look for opportunities to do better, Ida told BA. Smile, be respectful, and make sure you mean it. Maybe even marry a Jewish guy. Since they're good family men, and usually don't drink too much. Unfortunately, Ida passed away suddenly, just as BA was entering adulthood. Even so, BA passed every test that came her way and overcame every obstacle. And she did it with tremendous class. Every outfit was striking, every hair was in place, and so was the smile. BA was both funny and respectful, and yes, Ida, she meant it. The inward parts, the things you didn't always see, were even more impressive. BA was a world-class court reporter and deeply appreciated the rewards and experiences that provided. In return, she taught court reporting for many years and traveled to New York frequently for contract negotiations on behalf of the Reporters Union. She was an outstanding tennis player, as many of you know, and spread her love of the game by volunteering to give lessons to handicapped children. When one of BA's students first hit the ball over the net, she was excited as she would have been if she herself had just won a tournament. I was blessed for 34 years with the sweetest, kindest, most capable wife in the world. She made my life brighter and more meaningful every single day. Even when she was over her head with responsibilities, BA was thinking of others. Only because she was able to always tackle 100 things at once was I able to find time for my running, basketball, and temple lessons, even when the kids were very young. BA even smirked at my jokes sometimes, even though she never thought they were funny. But like all marriages, ours faced challenges. Leaving a toilet seat up was considered something just short of a felony. No noise of any sort was allowed while BA watched the television shows Mad Men or House, while comfortably tucked in on the couch in a position I called a head sticking out of a blanket. In fact, it was BA's acute sense of hearing that led to her only serious run-in with the law. A humming mechanical sound disturbed her sleep one beautiful, windows open Sunday evening. Dressed only in her pajamas and a very stern look, BA hopped in the car at 3 a.m. to investigate and discovered a loud motorized vehicle cleaning a mall parking lot several long blocks away. When she called the Amherst police to report this atrocity, the dispatcher replied, "Lady, I've been on the force for 30 years. I've never heard that one before." Our daughters, Becky and Jessie, and our 11-month-old granddaughter, Eleanor, also known as Nora, Peachy, Noodles, and Scooter, were everything to BA. She was immensely proud of the central role Becky, a civil engineer for the city of Denver, is playing in the development of a light rail extension to the Denver airport and the multi-million-dollar redevelopment of a site that housed the previous airport. BA knows, even now, that Jessie is helping kids every day as a special education teacher at Clarence Middle School and as the varsity field hockey coach. And BA considered our daughters looked after in other respects because of her tremendous love for and confidence in Christopher Agee, Becky's husband, and Brendan Murphy, Jessie's husband. As death approached, BA took stock of her life and of those of her loved ones and decided that she could move on to eternal life with satisfaction and without regret. "I've done everything I was supposed to do," she told me many times. Indeed, hers was a good life, a life of accomplishment, of decency, kindness, and compassion. Just as BA learned from Ida, we can learn from BA. We can honor her memory by taking full advantage of our opportunities, by enjoying and embracing the good times, and by being strong and gracious, even when things turn sour. Let's find ways, individually and collectively, small and large, to make the world sweeter in honor of a very sweet lady. And when we do, when those magic moments pop up, when everything seems good and right, allow yourselves a moment to shed a few tears and say, "I wish BA were here to see this." I will hear from the young lady whom only I call Kat.